Hey guys, so this is the castle I'm developing at the moment. So let's check. So we are doing the dragon upgrade today. So let's see the item we have. We have 31k, 20k of those. So we have 6 dragon. This is the new dragon. Let's see if we can. But so this is Clayton first dragon. So this dragon focusing on all unit attack, HP, defense, offensive, damage by infantry and cavalry. So this Hexa is defensive one, but again infantry and cavalry dragon. So same all unit attack, HP, defense. You get a defensive damage here. So if we check, we can get up to 12 defensive damage here, and infantry and cavalry. And this is Garrison. This is the dragon I use most. So far this is best performing dragon. So you can see here attack, HP, defense, defensive damage, archer damage. So at classic server, archer damage and archer receive damage is very important. So you can see here, so our first priority should be to utilize our items, resources and upgrade it equally. So I'd focus on attack, slightly on HP and defense depending on item. I won't touch defensive damage at the moment, but I will try to make this archer damage and receive damage at max possible. So let's check. Since we can use 2 dragons always in the city, either an offense or defense, let's check Hester. So this is the Hester, so this is the dragon. If you check on the skill, all the skills are same, but this has offensive one and positive damage. So this is wrong upgrade here. You can see for 1.440 it consumes around 5,420 items, night sky flames. Whereas if you go and check on Garrison, let's see, for 1.4 it only consumes 1,100. So the idea is not to upgrade one dragon to the max, but both dragon equally when you're upgrading, so that you save resources and then you get higher output in terms of percentage and ratio. So that is the fast way to grow your stat and your dragon. So for now, we'll only focus on these 2 dragons, Carrot and Hester. So the new dragon is more about the K value, that is something you use every other, and this is offensive dragon. So every other dragon skills are same. Beside, you could see here, this is infantry but K value, cavalry damage, basic damage, K value, night sky, fighter strike, K value, and sighting basic K value. One dragon that is the builder dragon is black dragon. So black dragon is more about building speed, training speed, research speed, gathering speed, basic capacity. You don't need it because you won't be using this dragon for hospital capacity, but sometimes you'd be using for healing speed. Definitely healing speed is always important, and the most important part is the march side. So for me, I would pick this march limit, and for who else, for spend they go for rally march and rally to troop upper limit. But if I have to choose as a mid spender, I would go for this training speed at a certain decent amount, but not at the moment, and march limit if I am a more of a tougher. But this is the least priority at the moment since it has got a decent one, and since I'm developing this one for friend castle, helping him develop it, we'll go for 2 dragon, that is Carrot and Hester. So why I'm doing 2 dragon is because if you go and check on defense Garrison, you'll see these 2 dragons. One is Garrison dragon and one is protector dragon. So both of the dragon, Garrison dragon is something you can use when you're offending and defending as well. So let's say you have a 2 dragon and you are using Garrison, this green one, as a Garrison dragon. Hester is also your offense dragon, so you'd want Hester to be on your march, not on protector. So what you would do is you'd use second dragon, that is Hexa, this 2 dragon, while you are sending outside Hester. This is your second defensive dragon. These have also a defensive damage. Slightly you lose also damage, but it will still protect your city. So let's go, since we're in defense. So let's say somebody attack you. right? And you are in defense mode. So here the defense setup is not here, but if you're in defense mode, I have to fix it as well. So if you're in defense mode, you will use both of these dragon in defense mode. That will increase your stats and also damage plays major role. So let's go and upgrade this dragon. So right now let's check our stats. So our stats would be, this castle's stats would be, let's see. So this is the stat at the moment. You can see arts attack 2048, also damage 39, 108. So this is the stat of arts at the moment, and infantry. So what we'll do is, on this very stat, we need to focus on increasing the archer damage and HP and slightly attack as well. So we will try to upgrade this archer damage. So let's see, that's 18, which means if you are equalizing, so it's archer damage 720, and here we will see 18, which means we don't need to upgrade it. It is at the very maximum level at the moment, and we do consume much resources to get less percentage. So we will focus on archer damage. Let's try to make it at least at 10, 6,000. Now you see it's 1220. We just use 6,000 and increase by 5, and that's a huge boost. Now let's check archer receive damage. It's at a very low stage. So if we just use 2700, it increased by 5%. So we'll do that. 2700, 5%. Let's see how it is in Hestel. It's still in 5%, which means 4,000 for 5%. And you see the differences. You're just using those equally, and it will both stack at your defense and stat. So this is very important for you to upgrade it equally, not just one dragon at a max level. That will not be helpful in terms of your resource uses. So don't do that mistake. So we will try to use slightly this 4.5%, and this is at 9%. So let's make it at 9%. So we will increase another 4%, 2800. So we are at 940 here, and we are at 9 here. So what we'll do is we'll leave it aside. We'll again focus on archer damage. So that's 9,000 for 4%, 9,520 for 4%. That's 1620 now. But if you use 9,000 here, we got 4% there. But if you use 9,000 here, look at this. That's just half that you get. So we will leave this aside. And look at this, 82%. Also the unit attack at 82%. That's a lot. So my first priority would be, when I'm upgrading, I'll just upgrade these things first. I'll upgrade this, archer receive damage, and then HP and slightly defense, not much. But this is my first priority. This would be my first priority. So this will be my first priority always. These two, and then slightly, and then this. So that is how you do the sequence. So let's get 82%. Let's check here again. For 1.3% increase, it consumes 36.9 dragon flames, whereas look at this, it's just at 40%, which means 1,800, 1,001, you get 270%, which means you still win on this. But since our HP is a bit less, so we'll try to increase our HP. 3,000 to 15%. Look at this, 11,000 to 15%. So you can see the differences. So what we'll do is we'll slightly use this 6,290 for 10-80%. Now it's at 50. So we'll try to make it at least 50, decent level. We won't touch defense because that would be easier a bit later. But if you go in 12,000, let's say 11,000, you just get 4%. So you can see the differences. Now, since we don't have much dragon item yet, 685, that is how you do it. And don't forget to exchange it every day. You could get this on dragon coins through battle reports. That is how you get it. So you can exchange 40 That is, every day we'll talk separately about the exchange 100 knife flames and 400 arcane tomes. You would fall short in arcane tomes later on, but just make sure that always you exchange this. So this is how you upgrade your dragon. Now if you see, we have increased boost. Since I can't really taste it, so what I would do is, we have that stat at the moment, so we have increased a slight percentage. We'll take that later, but this is how you upgrade your dragon. That is, and then these things, once this dragon it has decent level, this is max, this is also max. Let's not toss defensive damage, we just focus on unit stack, HP and archer damage and receive damage in Purple Dragon first, and then we will go for second round when they are in decent level. It would be for defense slightly and slightly on the defensive damage. As of wells, if you know wells, I would not advise you to focus on offensive damage and offensive damage reduction, because it is more like it works with attack. So your attack needs to be higher in terms of how it works with your offensive damage, and when you're dealing damage, and you also damage as well. So you are just wasting resources in terms of when you are upgrading this. So I'll just still advise you to focus on those first.